Hey there, it's Michael. Welcome to Whole Again, the show that can help you navigate today's uncertainty with a bit more grace, mindfulness, and resilience, so you can step into the person you're becoming. And today, since it's Friday, I have a shorter episode for you and a tip. It's something I plan to do more of this year, because this year I celebrate the 25th anniversary of my near-death cycling accident, which I call my last bad day. That day sparked Whole Again and a new approach to life. So each week this year, I plan to share a small shift you can make to help you create a meaningful, fulfilling life and your type of ripple effect. I'll share them here on Whole Again, also over on Substack and LinkedIn. These tips have helped me along the way, and I know that not every one of them is going to hit the mark for you. Some will miss the target by a mile, so take what works and then leave the rest behind. My hope and my commitment to you is that the 50 I share with you, or over 50 that I'll share with you, most of them will be meaningful. And you know that you don't have to do or incorporate those all by yourself. Here, I've got you. So if you ever need more support in weaving in these tips into your life so they become a natural way of living, reach out. I'll be glad to help. So the first tip I shared over on Substack and LinkedIn was all about knowing your values, a cornerstone building block, so we can build a solid foundation. Last week, I spoke about making sure you know who is in your peloton, basically the people you're riding with in life. And today, I want to share more about goal setting. It's something that we do all the time, personally and professionally. We can think of big, huge, hairy, audacious goals, moonshot goals, you name it, but we often get stuck in getting them completed. Today, I want to share more about how you can think about the initial stages of goal completion. And what we'll talk about is the power of small, consistent steps. With that, I want to take you back to my childhood, 1976 to be exact. That's when I first came up with my dream of riding my bike across the country. I thought it would be so cool. Fast forward to 2001 and my crazy accident, one where the doctors had no idea how I survived. Well, they told me that I wasn't going to ride my bike again. I had to give up on that dream. And the people around me said, they make a lot of sense, Michael. It's time to give up on that dream and just be grateful that you're alive. And believe me, I was super grateful to be alive. But I didn't want to let go of that dream. I thought it was still possible. But riding your bike across the country under normal circumstances is a pretty big goal. Given the state I was in, it seemed almost impossible. It took me 21 years to get it done. I rode 96 miles a day over 41 days, so that equates to about 3,800 miles and change from Astoria, Oregon to Washington, D.C. But that ride wasn't built across those 41 days. Nope. It was actually built through over 7,000 smaller goals. You see, when you come up with a big goal, the kind that make you go gulp, it can feel overwhelming. You might have a little self-doubt creep in, and other people might chirp in your ear that you can't get it done, but they're really only projecting their stories, their limiting beliefs. All that being said, though, when we come up with really big goals, the type of goals that make us sweat, it can feel overwhelming, like riding my bike across the country. It felt a bit overwhelming once I decided I was going to do it. And if you ever feel the same way, congratulations, my friend. You are officially human. Here's what to do. break things down into bite-sized pieces, smaller building blocks, if you will. So I took my big goal, and 20 years was an actual goal because I thought my daughters would be out of the house, and that would give my wife and I more freedom to drive and ride over 6 weeks across the country. So I had a little bit more freedom. And plus, I was starting from ground zero. I had to rebuild all of my foundation. So I thought, well, 20 years seems reasonable. Of course, we had the pandemic that delayed things, and then I had a total knee replacement, which delayed it another year. So in the end, it took me 21 years. But I divided my 20 years into 4 5-year plans. And I took those 5-year plans and divided them into 1-year plans and then 6-month plans, and then ultimately into monthly plans and then daily plans. So I could show up each day with intention in alignment to my values. And I knew if I could stay in the moment or tend to this moment to do the work I had set forth. And the way I look at goal setting each day, I use a bronze, silver, and gold, a little Olympic theme approach to my goal setting each day. This gives me 3 shots at meddling. Instead of making our goals binary, either you hit the mark, thumbs up, or you don't, thumbs down. We go through too much of a roller coaster of emotions when we approach goal setting and goal execution that way. I like this gold, silver, bronze approach. It gives us more shots for some type of success that can help us create a better tomorrow. It builds momentum, if you will. So over 7,000 days times 3, 21,000 different opportunities to score a win. And not every day was a gem. Some days were not so good. I had multiple surgeries during those 20 years. I had rehab, I had setbacks, as well as joyous moments, happy moments, moments of great progress, hockey stick moments where I made incredible progress. All of it led to my ability to ride my bike across the country. And with any goal that you want to set, whether it's professional or personal, think big. Although make sure it aligns to your values, because it's going to be easier to get it done if you're in alignment. And then chunk it down into bite-sized pieces, small little steps that you can take. The next step is to ease your grip on the big goal, which sounds a little funny, counterintuitive. You would think that you would want to keep the big goal right in view. But when we latch onto it too tightly, then we can't tend to the present moment. So come up with a big goal, break it down, and then hold it loosely so you can stay in the moment, because in this moment is the only moment you have to take action. And if you have a day, because you will have a day or maybe days, know that as long as you have your breath, you can simply begin again and begin again and begin again. And you get back and you gain momentum by taking another small step. That's how you start with achieving your big goals. So what's a big goal that you have? Dream big. Then carve it into bite-sized pieces, hold it loosely, and know that you can always begin again. So let me know what your big goal is for this year. I'd love to know, love to offer any support if you are looking for more clarity on how to weave this tip into your life. And as always, thanks for being here. Thank you for being part of our community. One other thing that I'm doing to celebrate the 25th anniversary of my last bad day is providing free copies of my best-selling book, My Last Bad Day Shift. You'll see the link in the show notes. If you'd like a copy, just complete the form and I'll get a copy out to you. And I hope you'll join me over on Substack. There you can see my blog posts as well as some live meditations and some additional teaching. all in an effort to help you navigate today's crazy world with a bit more grace and mindfulness and resilience. Again, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you put a beautiful ripple into the world.